Hi, I'm William Moss, and today we're at the Hatcher Garden and Woodland Preserve in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and we're talking about maintaining your roses through summer. Roses have a rep for being very difficult, but they don't have to be. The first thing you need to know about roses is that you've got to have plenty of light, you've got to have good spacing, and you've also got to have good drainage. If you notice about these knockout roses, there's space for me to move in between them. They're not all crowded next to one another. They're on a hill, so there's great drainage, and I'm looking at clear sky in front of me. So without those three things, you're gonna struggle to grow roses. Now let's get to some cultural practices. You need to mulch, and I always suggest mulching with a compost. Here Jeff is putting down a rich compost that has been brewing for a while. So what this does is it covers up the soil, helps regulate moisture, suppresses the weeds, and at the same time, it's feeding the plant. That's a 2-for-1 there, buddy. When you water a rose, you want to make sure that you don't get water on the leaves. You want to try to water at the base of the roots, not the foliage. When water sits on the leaves, that's one way that the plants get black spot. Roses are hungry. You got some compost down there, and that's good because the compost is going to feed the plant over time, but roses are really hungry. So think about adding some other things to them. I've been impressed with this new spray that's out. It's called Jazz Rose Spray, and it feeds it, but it also strengthens the plant. So it makes it more disease resistant, more tolerant of heat and drought and other conditions. So the better fed they are, the more blooms you're going to get. Now, some of your roses are going to have problems. Not all of them are going to be carefree. As you're cutting or as you're sniffing your roses, it smells great, you know, just check them out to see if there are any pests hanging out on them. And when you see a problem, take care of it with your hand. Smash a few aphids, you know, pick off anything that looks bad or diseased. If that doesn't work, you can progress to the next step. And I've got a great video on fighting aphids with ladybugs. Look for that on William Moss TV. But the last step, of course, is to go with some chemical. When you have an infestation or when the problem is just too big, you've got to have a fix for it. And I always suggest look for something that is OMRI certified. That's the Organic Materials Review Institute. It is approved for organic gardening. I like this one because it's not only a fungicide, but it also kills insects and mice. So it takes care of a lot of the problems that ail roses from time to time. And sometimes, you know, you can solve a lot of those problems simply with pruning. You see that these plants here, they've gotten a little overgrown. They're on top of the hydrangea. And the problem with that is they're crowding each other out, and this is a good way to get a fungus. And you don't want that. So when you're out there, you want to look for things that are dead, diseased, or broken, and also things that are structurally unsound. And I see actually a piece right here that needs to come out. Here's some dead. So we're going to take out this dead here. So how you do it is you just reach into the base. You want to get it right where it's joining another branch and snip. And I also see a couple of crossing branches in here that we'll remove as well. See how this branch is crossing these two? We don't need that. And there's some beautiful roses for you. So if you give roses what they need, they're really not that hard to grow. Follow a few simple steps and you'll have them blooming all summer for you. Get out and grow.